Hi, guys. Thank you for listening to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Just real quick, I want to talk about our sponsors. Our studio sponsor is Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid. They're located on Stafford, just east of 131, off of 44th Street. This is a veteran woman-owned company. Check out their Google reviews. They do an amazing job. During this COVID-19 lockdown, they are an essential business and are still open. They will come and pick up your car, sanitize it, do the work, and re-sanitize, bring it back to you. Everything will be clean inside, so germs will not get spread. They definitely want to work on your car. Right now, if you have already used Irvine's Auto Repair and got a rebate check, they are doubling that till the end of April. So if you got $50 back, it's worth $100 now. Please call them at 532-6600 to schedule, or you can schedule with them, irvines.com. And again, thank you to them for supporting the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Our second sponsor is Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. Jackie, Rockstar Insurance Agent. Reach out to her at Jackie at miafs.com, or you can call her cell at 269-569-6127. That number goes directly to her. Jackie can take the hassle out of changing insurances. I know a lot of people worry about that, and they're like, oh, it's going to be such a hassle. I did everything online through email, talked to her just a few times, but you don't even have to do that if you don't want to. I mean, I would because she's super nice, but reach out to her again, Jackie at miafs.com. Get a quote from her. She can quote several different companies and get you the best price that for you. She can shop around. She's kind of like an insurance broker. So reach out to her. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if you can get a discount on insurance, especially during these times, it's super important. She saved me about $70 a month, and I'm super happy with everything that has transpired with Jackie. So again, reach out to her, Jackie at miafs.com or 269-569-6127. Enjoying the show. Obviously, we're still doing our social distancing, so everything is remote. The audio might not be as ideal as it has been in the past, but just bear with us until we get through this virus, and then we can all get back in the studio. Thanks. Hi, guys. Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between. Again, thank you for joining us tonight in this weird time that we are all experiencing together. Tonight, the studio is sponsored, of course, by Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid. We'll talk about them a little bit later, but thank you so much to them for supporting the podcast. So we all are doing social distancing again tonight, and we have Jesper and Pete, and then, of course, me. Sam's off tonight. She had a hot date or something. I don't know. So we're all glad to be here. We're just going to jump into the stories. I don't have anything. I did a little bit of food delivery, and then I decided it might not be worth it anymore now that unemployment is a factor now for gig drivers, although I went back to work for 1 week at my lawn care job and then was laid off. So I just been home doing daddy daycare and all that fun stuff.
For 1 week, did you even get to mow any lawns in that 1 week?
You know, I didn't, Pete. It wasn't, yeah. It wasn't growing very long. Like, only 6 people get that joke, but it's still funny every single time.
I think that's a shout out to John.
Of course. For everyone that knows, I don't mow lawns. I do lawn fertilization. I'm not a lawn mower.
I don't do lawns.
I'm a professional. I'm certified. I have a license. So, but
actually, I should say you should be essential, right? You're an essential worker.
Well, if we want to talk about that, I may be back to work. Homeland Security actually updated it, and landscaping is considered essential. So I know I'm not, but
I saw some talk today on Facebook. Some of my clients is some of the local what are they called, florists, the grow flowers, right? And they can't have they can't open the greenhouses for pickup.
Really?
Yeah, but they can sell flowers at Meijer and Home Depot.
Oh, that's these rules are so strange.
Yeah, it's so weird. So what might end up happening in a lot of these greenhouses, all the flowers that they were going to sell early on are going to go lost because it
can't get rid of them.
It's just going to die. It's just going to die, right?
Excuse me, my nose is running. I apologize.
And it's just so who knows what's going to happen there? But yeah.
Real quick on the flowers, since I love flowers. Like my garden is full of flowers in the summer, and I was looking snakes, and I was looking at prices, and the prices are really high this year. And then there's a local place that's called Countryside Greenhouse, right? And they sell a ton of stuff. They have no online store. They're so screwed this year. Like a lot of these stores already have an online store, and they don't. Ooh.
Right, but yeah. But what are they going to do anyways? You can't pick them up.
Yeah, but you can get them shipped.
Well, sure. But then you have to have a facility with the ability to ship them.
Right. My cousin
and
actually.
A lot of the local greenhouses don't have that.
My cousin actually, 60% of their greenhouse business is online shipping. So it's big business online. In fact, most of my flowers, everyone's like leaving the chat right now. We're talking about flowers. Most of my flowers, yeah. Can we do a gardening podcast? Because that would make me really happy.
Gardening podcast.
Most of my flowers I buy online. So, anyways, yeah. But Pete, what about you? I know you got a little bit written down there what you did.
Yeah, I mean, I think I took in the last 2 weeks. I think I took 3 total rideshare rides, and kind of halfway gave up, halfway said, I don't want to do rideshare, with all the risk. And so I've been doing Instacart because I wasn't signed up for Shipt, and I finally actually got approved this last weekend. But I've been doing Instacart and just been doing Aldi runs, and then Sam's Club is part of Instacart as well. So the only real story I have is I had an hour-long shop at Sam's Club, and then it was a drive, 15 or 16 miles into Rockford, Ada area, and no tip.
Oh, it never came through, huh?
Yeah, I checked it for 4 days. I checked it.
Why is it was it a pretty nice house?
Oh, dude, it was probably $600,000 house.
Why is it that usually the wealthy ones don't tip? It's always the hard worker that's like, man, I just need it delivered today because I'm in a pinch or whatever.
That's what I've noticed on. Most of my Instacart runs have been out to Ada, Rockford, and the tips haven't been bad for the most part, but they haven't been great either.
Right.
Comparatively speaking to what's going on, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah. You guys got to remember, I'm not preaching to the choir here, but I kind of posted about on our social media, like these gig drivers and people are saving our economy for these restaurants and these grocery stores and all that stuff. And it's actually probably flattening the curve because there's not as many people going to the grocery store, and if they are sick. So if you see a gig worker or know a gig worker, say thank you for delivering, your McDonald's, your Outback, your whatever restaurant, and your groceries, and tip them accordingly. Especially if both if you got a house full that both the husband and wife are still working, they're essential. There should be no money issue there, and good old Uncle Sam's going to send us some money too. So tip your peeps. Come on.
Tip your peeps.
Speaking of Instacart, Pete, I should be getting my $60 bonus. Like, how many shops? I got to look at that because I think you signed up under my code or whatever.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, pretty sure I did.
I don't know how many shops you have to.
How many was I supposed to take?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look at the app. I actually deleted it because I kept getting batch notifications, and I'm like, you only can mute them.
I found though that if you don't open the app for, at least on iOS, if you don't open the app for a while, you stop getting the notifications.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't going to do it anyway, so Yeah, I definitely just deleted the app. So I should go in there to look and see what you got to do to get for me to get paid. So, and I know Jesper, you're just growing a beard.
Janet
I am, yeah.
says, sorry.
No, go ahead. What is
Janet
Janet
on Twitch says that's how they have so much money. They keep it for themselves. Referring to the people out there.
Yeah.
I think the problem is they take us for granted, right? They take everything for granted, and that's kind of why they don't tip more. Because it's the same thing as when you do rideshare driving out in those areas. You drop off to all these super, $500 to $500,000 houses. They don't have a tip. I mean,
yeah, I guess it is true. Or if they do tip, it's
tip.
not like spectacular like you would expect from
no
higher. And maybe that's our fault for expecting it, but whatever.
I mean, I mean, there's been I've had a couple of good runs down to Byron Center, and
sure,
I would get way better tips that way than drive the other way. So yeah, but no, you're right, Jason. I haven't driven now for 3 weeks. I think I can actually count on
your fingers and toes
on one hand how many times I've actually been outside my driveway.
Me too.
The last 3 weeks, actually, and it's pretty crazy. I mean, we go for walks, right? But it's interesting because I'm finding myself, and I'm sure a lot of people in this whole COVID-19 times, we are finding our time actually spending a lot more time with the children or with the kids, playing board games, just spending time together. Which is very interesting. And then, of course, watching shows like crazy, right? I signed up for NBC. No, what's it called? Not NBC. HBO, just for the month. And kind of been watching a little bit there. And so, yeah, I mean, it's that, we work from home, and I'm blessed to have I'm a software developer, so I can work from home. And so I get up and we kind of do the key business in the morning, package the orders, and then I go to work around 8:30 and stop at 5, and you're done. So
Mark wants to know how those comfort rides are working out for you.
Yeah, they're very comfortable.
Your chair you're sitting in?
Yeah, my chair is super comfortable. Well, you're right, Mike. Unfortunately, my comfort rides have not been busy.
Oh no, man, it's been crazy. It's kind of. See you later, Rebecca. Yeah, it's just a weird thing. I miss you guys. I actually have noticed we're not telegramming as much as we used to. And I even said to Jesper and Ben, I was like, we need like a Google Hangout meeting just to shoot the shit and see what's up. So
actually, and I don't know if I should officially mention it here, but people who sign up for the newsletter knows now, but Ben, his retirement from the group is not just temporary anymore. It's official, and it's an actual retirement. His personal life just got too busy, and so we wish him all the luck and all the other things that he's doing. And he's still definitely a great friend of everybody. So yeah.
It's it's sometimes you just got to move on, and it's all good. Nobody's mad at him. So. Youssef said, how can we apply unemployment in Pennsylvania? So I know everyone wants to apply for it. And you know what? I get it. But most of those sites are not ready. I know in Michigan it's not ready. And I just don't know. I wish I could give you more advice. I would just recommend getting on your state's unemployment site and just do it at 5 a.m. Like here, you cannot get on it during the day. It is so bogged down. But if you get on it,
crashed every single day.
Yeah, if you get up at 5 a.m., no one's on. I know it seems like obvious, but no one's. I mean, I had to set my alarm to get up to file my claim, and I did it a while back.
They even broke down our our state down by the last name on which day you can sign up.
Right.
And it's still crashing.
Yeah.
Michelle was able to get her sign up. She was laid off a couple of weeks ago from her work. And she got signed up almost immediately. And, yeah. She received a debit card the other day. So that's how she's going to get the funds. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just get a direct deposit. So
I was pretty lucky. I when I saw things starting to slow down, I actually went on there and created my profile and got signed up ahead of time. So now as soon as I can file, I can just go on there and get it taken care of.
Sure.
Not have to try to create my username and all that crap.
Yeah, Michigan, what I saw says if you haven't applied yet, don't. Just wait.
Yep.
And if you already have, don't apply again because it's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
And at least in Michigan, I know they do have a chat function, which is amazing. Obviously, if you can't get on, you can't use it. But even at 5 a.m., someone was able to chat, and it's way better.
See, I tried to chat and it just closed.
Oh, did it? Yeah, I haven't done it since this all happened, but I know last fall I did it, and the chat was great instead of calling. So,
yeah.
So Kevin on Facebook said he finally got through on chat. He took
only 4 hours.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he got through. So,
man, that's crazy. All right, we're just going to jump in to our Telegram group. We have a new member, Janet. She's actually on Twitch right now. You know, Twitch is a new platform that we decided to add. I know it's more of a gaming thing, but there are quite a few podcasts. In fact, I listened to a podcast the other day and they're like, hey, we stream on Twitch. I'm like, holy crap. I was pretty excited about that. I'm like, yeah, we're not the only one. So we are actually having a small contest. It's taken a long time because we only have 6 followers. Maybe I should have put a goal of like 25 instead of 50.
Oh, no, 50. Stop spending our money.
I didn't say I was going to, buy him something for $75. But when we reach a certain point, we are going to do a giveaway on Twitch. So I know most people are on Facebook, and we're okay with that too. And just if you get a time or a moment, everyone has time now, please go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a review, or Google Podcasts, or wherever you leave reviews. We prefer Apple because that just moves the needle a little bit. And we would really appreciate that. So we actually have some pretty big news.
Big news.
I mean, even through this turbulent time, I was pretty shocked by this. And you're going to see it on your screen now. Uber has reached out to us, and we are now the Uber Adventures Podcast. They want to partner with us. We really had to think about it because, man, Uber can kind of screw you. And, we got to dump Lyft, but, we are now the Uber Adventures Podcast.
Yep. Where's the slide?
It's up. You gotta. There's a delay, you dummy.
Oh, there it is. There you
go. So you mean your silence was like not supposed to be there because it was a perfect spot for it? No, guys.
So,
we're not the Uber Adventures Podcast. They didn't reach out to us.
Tell them already. Come
on, man. I was doing good, and then you're like, "Where's the slide?" Okay, Boomer.
I didn't see the slide.
I know. There's 15-second delay. So, anyways, yeah, that would be. I don't think we'd do it. Although for the right price, I would do it. Although they'd probably screw us anyway.
Price should be right. I mean, it should really be right.
Like 7 or 8 digit, right?
That'd be okay.
That'd be okay. All right. Well, before we get to rideshare in the news, a real sponsor, Irvine's Auto Repair in Grand Rapids Hybrid. You reach them, irvines.com, or you can call them at 202-5538. Still didn't upload or update that number, but it's fine. You'll get to them. They are located on Stafford, just east of 131 and 44th Street. This is for the local folks. They are still open. They are essential business. They will come pick up your car. They will sanitize it when they pick it up and when they bring it back, so you don't have to leave your house. They have been just an amazing sponsor to us, and we're so thankful for them supporting our show. I know a lot of people that have gone there. They do a great job. They do, obviously, Asian, domestic, and they do. God, that just cracks me up every time. Such a child. They do also repair Mini Coupes, BMWs, and I don't know, there was something else, maybe Mercedes. Not that any of us have one of those, but yeah, go to irvines.com to schedule. They can do everything online. You can pay online. You don't even have to see them if you don't want to, but we thank them for supporting.
It's a pretty cool system, though, that the online scheduling system, and how they take pictures of everything that's wrong and send them to you right in the app, and you can get to see all that stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they show you that what's broke and what's leaking, right? And they're real high-def pictures. They really make sure that you know what needs to be fixed. So Check them out, 202-5538 or irvines.com. All right, first up, we got a smattering of different things, some funny, some serious. I don't know. I feel like I need a little bit more funny lately with all this crap going on. So some of it is funny.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. So this first one up, it's something that we always talk about with support. Support for these apps can be trouble. And I've thankfully never really had to call support. I've messaged them a few times through the app, but Jerry Venlet from Grand Rapids, Michigan, in our group there said, due to developments he got a text from Uber. Due to the developments related to COVID-19, some support centers are unavailable. We are not offering texting support at this time. Contact us via help.uber.com. He responds, your support sucks even when you are available.
There you go.
Hey-o.
Yeah, I mean, again, never did any kind. I didn't even know they did texting support. Like, that's how much I've never had to reach out to support.
I don't even know when I last talked to Lyft. This is Uber.
This is Uber. Well, we know it's been about 2 years since you talked to Lyft, but
I think it's been more than that.
Yeah, is it really?
But yeah.
So that's kind of funny. I don't know. What about you, Pete? Did you ever text with support at all?
I was just trying to think. I don't think I've ever texted with Uber support because I've talked to them quite a bit, but it's always been right through the app.
Yeah, that's how I've done it too. It's like you're kind of
Lyft will text you.
Okay. Yeah.
But I've never texted Uber before.
Well, with the 75 minor and car seat pickups, you get a week. I'm sure they know you by, you got
me on the hotline.
Yeah. You just, dial them up there and there you go. So, so Jesper, next up, Jesper's going to kind of talk about an Amazon shortage, and this is kind of not really rideshare related, but some of the stuff in here we're going to talk about some food delivery stuff just due to the fact that there's not a lot of rides going on. So Take it away.
So basically, this article is all about another service that Amazon have, which is called, hang on one second, I'm waiting for it to come up. So it's the Amazon fulfillment service. So basically, it's another way, if you're not a gig worker, you can go out and you can send your stuff to Amazon, and then they will fulfill it for you and send it in. So basically, the whole gist of the article is that they're saying, please stop sending us stuff that is not, if it's non-essential, because we are so busy right now fulfilling all the essential stuff that's what we're going to focus right now. So they've asked people who are utilizing their fulfillment service. And again, these are not people buying off Amazon. This is people using their platform to also sell their stuff. And if your stuff that you're selling is not meant as, if not an essential part, then they have said, please stop sending stuff to us. We need to focus on all the essential stuff. And of course, that's all the toilet paper. It's all the cleaning accessories, the hand sanitizers, all that stuff that are important for us right now as we go through this COVID stuff. So that's what the essential. That's what the article is all about. So. Yep.
Yeah, one thing I've experienced myself is the 1 day shipping is gone for as a consumer, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't need my vitamins the next day. I mean, it's fine. Right. But the estimates that they're giving is usually a week, but it does show up usually earlier than a week. But it's usually 4 or 5 days before I get my stuff, and that's okay. I'm okay with that.
We have still been getting it within a couple of days. I mean, so honestly, we have toilet paper in the subscribe and save, and we got that the other day, and pretty much on time. So that was, at least they have TP back. So
yeah, it was unavailable for a while.
Yep.
The real question is do you use Flintstone vitamins?
Me? No.
I don't use any vitamins at all.
Oh, I got.
Maybe I should to get my beard to grow better.
Yeah, look at this. That's fish oils, bro.
Jason takes all kinds of vitamins. Got hair going everywhere.
How do you know, Pete?
Hey-o.
It's getting sexy.
Anyways.
In here. Scott said I had Eats added back to my account recently. I think it called Diamond Support, took 8 minutes, hung up. And he was like, did that just happen that fast? Yeah, I know Pete's talked about the diamond support too. When you do email them, it's quick. So,
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder.
There was one time I had a puker and I sent them the pictures and it was probably 10 minutes.
Wow.
$150.
Dang. Mark Spalding says New York is quoting 30 days for stuff to get shipped. Damn. Wow. I know they're having somebody didn't they do like a walkout today or something?
Yep.
I think
they fired the person. They fired the person who kind of set it all up.
Yeah.
So it's just one woman they fired. Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me that that happened. I feel bad for that person, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Why does Miguel on Twitch say no faces tonight? I don't know what that means. I don't know. Maybe he meant the funny faces that you did, Pete. I don't know.
There you go.
Who knows? All right, Pete, you are up for the next article. Of course, the stock is shitty.
Yeah, the next article is Uber stock skyrockets after CEO says it has plenty of cash to get through coronavirus crisis. And it's the key points for this article where Uber said in a call with investors, it has enough cash on hand to get through the coronavirus crisis. Said its ride segment is seeing a 60 to 70% decline in areas hit hardest, but the food delivery segment is picking up, and their stocks rallied as much as 40%.
You say 40 or 4?
40.
Oh, wow.
Which also caused Lyft's stock to rise as much as 31%.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, what's Lyft going to do?
Well, the interesting thing is Lyft is saying, like, they're sending out this thing to everybody that they have all these programs for its drivers that you can sign up to deliver different things for like hospitals and things like that. I actually signed up for that. I got 0 response. Not a single thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Not even a confirmation email that I signed up.
And that doesn't surprise me.
Right.
So yeah. Well,
I think what's interesting about this is the article says that Uber thinks that the worst has already happened.
Ooh. Mm-mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about because the rest of the country is like, we still got the worst to come.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to ban rideshare driving. If the governor, I mean, it's kind of weird to say that it's not essential. But man, you got like one car. I mean, if you take, I know the rides are down, but let's say you took 20 rides a day, you had 20 different people in that car. I mean, man alive, everyone's touching the handle.
I mean, there's a lot of industries that are really being, I mean, look at the police.
Yeah.
In New York. Was it like 1,400?
Oh, no, that's Detroit there, Pete. That's Detroit.
Detroit has 1,400
yeah.
police that have gotten infected?
No, that are under quarantine that may not have gotten affected, but they lost a captain to it, and the chief is actually test positive. And then they have a bunch of them. I'm pretty sure it's Detroit. You can look it up, but
I just read something. Just read something about all the. It was like 1,400 police officers in New York.
Well, I know it's
1,400 New York City police officers test positive.
Holy shit!
For
coronavirus. In the scale of how many cops are in New York, that's probably the same percentage in Detroit. But I know Detroit's got
17%.
Oh shit! That's more than I thought it would be. All right. Yeah. So we're going to jump into, I guess, to talk about stocks. I've been buying Tesla stock.
Good.
It's my lowest one, but I know it's going to bounce back. But yeah, you should actually, if you have some money, you should be investing in some stocks that you know are going to recover pretty well. So the next one, everyone's trying to be creative with how they deliver food. I see that the governor has allowed some of these restaurants to sell essential goods like toilet paper and those kind of things. So we always get some creative things when when things happen. So new businesses and stuff like that. So we're going to be talking about Boober Eats. So what's Boober Eats? You say I'm going to play this little clip, and it is, I mean, it's kind of not safe for work, but I mean, we're all adults in here. So I will play this and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Hi there. Thanks for calling Boober, the boob delivery service.
Thank you, Boober.
So, yeah, I mean,
I didn't watch this video before.
oh, you didn't? No. Oh, no.
I'm like getting a drink, look over, I'm like, oh, hey.
Hey-o. Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, it was like not safe for work. So, yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's a joke, but that I thought that was pretty funny. I mean, they're not essential workers, so they're paying the price too. So they got to make their money somehow. You know, at least they're not
essential. What are you talking about?
At least they're not being illegal, you know, like, you know, selling their bodies or something. I mean, let's give them a little bit of credit. So, okay. So the next one, you're going to laugh, and it has nothing to do with rideshare driving. I just want you to watch it, enjoy yourself, and then we'll talk about it.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll try and keep this brief. I won't belabor all the details. I'm sure most of you remember Mr. Guest's presentation from last time, and I imagine he's going to hit some of the highlights here in a minute. But the thing is that these deadly infections, there's something we can do about it. And what we can do is call on governmental representatives that are higher up the chain of and ask for action at the federal level. I am aware of Mr. Brainerd's concerns that he raised last time, and there would be instances where I actually agree that we should take action locally first, but there are not any CAFO operations in Georgetown, so for us to just say it within the city limits
I mean, I don't know if that's real or not, but I mean, obviously they amplified the farts. I mean, you could hear that the volume went up on them, but oh my gosh, I just had to play that. The other podcast I have, Threads, we played that, and I've seen it a couple times, so I'm not reacting as much as I did the first time. I had tears rolling down my eyes. I don't know. We're childish. Farts are funny.
Of course they are.
I mean, come on. I know it has nothing to do with rideshare driving, but I just had to share that with y'all. So for the people that didn't get to see the video because you're listening, which most of our audience does, the lady was just cracking up. They're at like a board meeting talking about coronavirus.
It's a logo board. Yep.
So enjoy that.
Okay. Next
up, Jesper's going to talk. I'll share this picture. I know it's a little bit delayed for you, Jesper, but one thing that we're experiencing with all the, not a lot of people driving is, should we add new drivers? And somebody posted in the Grand Rapids group.
And so basically it's Lyft is now officially not adding new drivers in our area, which is good, I guess, right? So yeah, it is good. But I also saw that I think that was just a couple of days later, Uber also took away their sign-up bonus for new drivers. So I guess they are, until for now at least, they're done signing up new drivers, right? For both Lyft and Uber. I mean, I guess I don't know if Uber officially is done, not accepting new ones, but at least they don't have any sign-up bonus for it anymore. So
I know Grubhub was also, they put a pause on bringing new drivers aboard too. Because I wasn't signed up, but I signed up, because rideshare had died.
Yep.
And I got put on a waiting list, which I got an email today saying that they're opening up sign-ups again, but
for Grubhub
won't sign up. Yeah.
I also saw that was it Amazon claimed that they were working together with Lyft to get
Lyft.
Go ahead.
Actually, you go ahead and talk about it. I have a page here that I was on earlier.
Okay. Well, I just saw that that Lyft and Amazon was working together so that they would get some of the Lyft drivers who was already approved to drive for Lyft was going to start driving for, I'm assuming, Amazon Flex. And it's going to take advantage of the fact that they were approved for Lyft to then could automatically also drive for Flex.
Huh.
So,
interesting. Yeah, that kind of segues into the next article that that I was going to talk about after our next ad.
Yeah, I just to go back to the Flex. So Flex like really died down for a while, but it seems to be picking up a little bit. I've been getting notifications. I'm not doing that either. I'm trying to do my due diligence to social distance, but I know it is picking up a little bit.
It's tough, though. I mean, it's tough because, my children luckily is not that old, so they're okay. But Julia, she's 10. She's struggling not being able to see her friends. And my sister-in-law has 2 grown children, and they are just having a tough time not being able to go out and see their friends and spend time with them. And it's just not what you do, right? The social distancing is real. To get to flatten this curve, we got to all stay at home.
Yeah.
And it's just tough.
And we got a little, before we jump into this ad real quick, we got to brag about Michigan a little bit because we got an A for social distancing. Apparently they looked at our GPSs and everyone was home. I'm not everyone, but everyone was doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Did you guys see Florida on that one? Everybody was on the beach. Like, what are you guys doing? It's like, oh.
I saw a article earlier today that the local police filled in a skate park with mulch because the kids wouldn't stay home and they were skateboarding. So they put a whole bunch of mulch in the.
Well, Florida officially went on quarantine now, right?
I think so.
Stay at home or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So
it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So you better get used to it. It's gonna be. It's the last date now. They say another month, right? Through April, right?
Yeah,
is what Trump said, and who knows? I wonder if that's gonna be enough.
I think it's going to be state specific as Michigan is starting to ramp up. Some other states haven't even been touched. And so after it kind of goes through Michigan, it may go down the East Coast. Well, it's already hit New York, but like maybe the southern East Coast. And, we may be back to life where they're still in quarantine. So it's just kind of making its way around the country. Started kind of Washington was kind of the first state that really got hit. And then it's just kind of moved east. So
I think the scary part is they're talking about that there's actually a second round to it as well. So the people who got hit the first time might, there might be a second hit.
Yeah, let's stop talking about it.
Because it mutates.
Let's go back to farts.
There you go.
All right.
More fun, right?
Just want to talk about this is kind of a little ad for us. We'd love to get a new Patreon. Gabe and I are actually doing a gig economy podcast next week. I know we did not get one for this month with all this stuff going on, but you can sign up at patreon.com/grrideshare. And the $10 tier, you get a gig economy podcast. You get the before chatter. That's usually pretty funny because we forget that we're being recorded and sometimes we, get off the rails a little bit. And then you get merch after your second month. I just delivered hats to Miguel.
Hey, wait, how did you do that? Did you do this the social distancing?
Yeah, I actually did. I did porch drops.
Good.
Yeah, at Gabe's and Danimals. I actually saw Danimal. I dropped it on there and then walked away, and he opened the door, and we were like 6 feet away and talked. So, yep.
Good.
Yep, I came through and delivered all those. But yeah, go to patreon.com/grrideshare. The link should be in the comments on Facebook and YouTube.
You won one more tonight, guy. Come on.
That'd be great. I know some people were interested in the last podcast, but then we kind of, quit a little early. And so we appreciate the support because, this stuff costs money. All right, where are we at? Peter, you're up talking about the Lyft. Is this the refundable tax credit?
So I had to ask a pro what all of this meant. So basically, this is a segment from Lyft's The Hub, and it says also in this legislation is a measure that will offer a refundable tax credit up to $511 a day for up to 10 days if you're unable to work because of issues related to COVID-19. This credit would also be available for drivers as self-employed individuals. Individuals, yeah. And so I didn't exactly understand what that meant. And so I asked our resident pro, I said, well, how does this help right now? And she said, well, it doesn't really. It's a tax credit you can use, come tax season, and it'll help then, but it doesn't actually really help right now. So there are some things for Lyft that you can sign up for. As Jesper was saying, you can sign up for Amazon. Supposedly there's some like hospital and other delivery stuff you can get. But like I said, I signed up for that and never heard a peep. So
yeah, there's so much going around right now. And I wish I could have spent all day trying to figure it out, because I don't know. I don't want to tell you, come confidently on here. We're not experts in any of this stuff. I know it's an iconic time. Iconic time. I don't know. Just a time that 1099 are actually going to get unemployment. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, I've done like 1099 for a long time, and I've never heard of a 1099 person getting unemployment. So this is insane, and it's new for everyone. So these states don't really know what to do.
Yeah.
So we kind of got to bear with them.
Well, I mean, my scare is more who's going to pay for this.
Oh, yeah, we're all paying for it.
Well, yeah. It's just that's the scary part.
The one thing I do want to know, and this isn't really rideshare related, but the stimulus check that's supposed to be coming in a couple weeks. I've heard rumors that said that we have to pay it back, like it's a forward for a refund. I'm like, well, I don't get a refund, so good luck getting your money back from me.
I didn't hear that at all. I didn't hear that it's a payback.
Yeah, I haven't heard that either.
I mean, the idea about a stimulus check is obviously nobody put it in your bank, right? Go out and spend that money. Use it to boost the economy. That's the whole point of doing this.
It's the whole point of it, but I disagree. I think you hang on to that to a grim death until everything's back to normal, and then you go blow it.
No, yeah, and that's fine. But
okay.
As long as you blow it eventually,
Yeah, no, I agree. It's and I will do that. I mean, we already got plans for it, but I want to make sure we've passed this, because who knows? I mean, my beautiful wife is an essential worker, but who knows if she gets coronavirus? She's got to stay home, and you never know. So we're gonna hold on to that money until everything is kind of panned out, and then we're gonna buy a new dishwasher.
I know Miguel. I think it was Miguel. Yeah, Miguel was asking earlier. I should have copied the Facebook post. There's another thing that some people are kind of floating around about a $10,000 loan for small businesses that would apply to gig workers.
I looked
it up, and it's from an official government webpage. But the claim is that you sign up, you get 10,000 guaranteed. You don't have to pay it back. And it's part of the federal, and I can't find that verbiage in the 15 minutes I looked it up before the show. So, well, I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah, I think the 10 grand is a small business loan, I thought, for people just to kind of in a pinch for some cash flow.
And extremely low interest. And yes, the idea behind those is that they have to be paid back. So
yeah, I doubt the government's going to give 10 grand to a rideshare driver for free. So it's probably like a Walmart gift card for $150. It's probably
I've seen so many of those.
So I just jumped into the stream on Twitch, and Miguel says, as long as you blow it, Jason. I don't know what that means, but I feel free. It's got to be like something sexual from Miguel. He can talk shit, and I don't see it for an hour until I go in there. But, oh, jeez. Oh, those guys talking about Xbox. Yeah, that's another thing I'm going to buy when this all blows over. Jeez.
No.
My 360's too old.
Buy the new one. The new one is gonna come in like 6 months.
No way. So. I can get an Xbox One with no disk drive for $150 with a controller. 1 terabyte memory card.
There's a disk drive in an Xbox One.
You can only get downloadable games. This one on Amazon. So trust me, I looked it up. All right, let's get going. So the next article is mine. This is kind of a sombering one. I gotta mute this site now because who knows what the New York Post. An Uber driver in New York City did pass away from coronavirus. Queens driver. He had already stopped 2 weeks beforehand to stop getting the disease. And I mean, as much as I can read, he didn't have any, like my wife says, core morbidities, something like that. Basically, he didn't have high blood pressure or anything like that. But man, that sucks. That's why I see that. I'm like, man, I know we posted maybe I should just take that YouTube video down because I've been getting some shit for it. Like everyone's freaking out. And then all of a sudden a week later, we're like, holy shit, this is real. People have been kind of talking shit on YouTube, and maybe I'll just pull that video down. And initially I was like, all right, guys, just calm down, wash your hands. It's okay. But now this is serious. You should not be driving. And I know my heart goes out to y'all that are just working, and you don't know what to do. Like you've expected this income and, we've talked about it before, diversify, do Instacart, do Ship, do Amazon, do food delivery.
Instacart right now right here in Grand Rapids is crazy, right? I mean, there's always like hundreds of orders.
It's nuts. It's nuts. And but again, let's look at rideshare driving over grocery shopping just for a minute. I just kind of because Pete's doing the grocery shopping, so he can have good input on it. How much are you exposing yourself when you're going to the grocery store 10 times a day, let's say, compared to having 10 different people in your car?
Well, let's see the whole problem with this whole situation is the people that it comes down to people, but it's the people that wear the gloves, but they still touch their face. They still touch everything. And they think that because they're wearing gloves, they're safe, but you're just doing the same thing as if you weren't wearing gloves. So is it any safer? I don't know.
I mean, really, for the gloves to work, you can wear the gloves, but if you're going to touch your face, you got to take them off and put a new pair on. Because the second you touch your face, you've touched all the other food that people have touched. Right. And so you're not really protecting yourself. So Francis,
unless you're walking around with like sanitary wipes, which you can't find anywhere.
Right.
Or bleach wipes, which you can't find anywhere.
Yeah.
It's getting more difficult and more difficult to try to maintain at least a feeling of being safe.
Yeah,
no matter what you do.
I think that for the gig work right now, I think the safest is going to be Amazon. Now, I know it does stay on the boxes, but you can actually wear gloves the whole time, get gloves that can touch screen on your phone. There's special gloves you can buy. And don't touch your face, but, but at least you could, even if you didn't wear gloves, you could sanitize after each delivery. I mean, I don't know. And then I think the next is food delivery and then probably grocery shopping. Because, what my wife has been frustrated with is she goes in there and she sees families of people in there, like the mom and dad and the kids. I'm like, what the actual fuck? Like one of y'all can go to the store. You don't need to bring the whole family there. That's what she's frustrated about.
But that's just people don't care. That's the whole problem. People are not taking this serious and they simply don't care.
Yeah.
And it's like, it drives me nuts. It just drives me nuts. It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in Sam's Club last weekend and just like kids like running into me and like, bumping into me and stuff. And I'm like,
I will fucking drop kick your ass. You better stay away from Oh, yeah. We swear now on this podcast, by the way, y'all. So not safe for work. I want to go back to Francis. He said Instacart didn't accept him. He has a 4.96 on Uber and 5.0 on Lyft, which is great. That's great. But, it doesn't really apply to Instacart. I'm surprised that they didn't. I feel like Shipt is real strict. In fact, when I had this big long beard and I applied, they would not take me. And then at some point I shaved it for something and I reapplied and they hired me and I didn't upload a new picture. Not that I'm doing it now, but so yeah, I don't know why they didn't accept you, Francis. I would try to put in another app. Gabe says, of course, DoorDash sent their drivers sanitary wipes, and so that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I think you only had to pay for shipping on that, so
Yeah.
that's really good of them. I don't think anyone else has done anything. Grubhub hasn't. Has Instacart or Shipped? Although I'm kind of out of the Shipped loop.
But
Lyft and Uber both said that they would supply, but they're only supplying to the cities that had the Uber and Lyft hubs, which are now closed anyway. So
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's kind of stupid.
yeah.
All right, let's jump ahead. I know we're going to get off track, but that's just kind of how it is. Jesper?
Yep. So talking about more sick time, basically, the Uber driver who got COVID-19, but he couldn't get the company to cover the promised sick until he called out the CEO on Twitter. So basically, we all know that we talked about that last week. 2 weeks ago, we talked about how Uber was going to do sick pay if you were either asked by a professional, healthcare professional, to self-isolate, or if you had COVID-19, then Uber would compensate you. And basically, this guy he got COVID-19 and he tested positive. As a driver in San Francisco, but he just had a heck of a time getting Uber to do anything. And basically, until he actually called out Dara, whatever his name is, nothing really happened. So that's kind of a sad thing, right? And then kind of again, I think we've had that situation with Uber before. They say one thing and then they quite often don't really, or it's tough for them to kind of follow up and really do what they say they're going to do. But you know, they did finally own up to it and finally did get him the check for, I think he ended up getting $2,100, something like that. But first they were going to shortchange him almost like $1,000 less than he was supposed to get. So, but eventually he did get it. So there was that, you know. So that was good.
It doesn't surprise me that they kind of try to give him the runaround. I wonder if legal rideshare in Chicago is getting a lot of business, because I think you should hire an attorney. If you get denied that stuff from the rideshare companies, I think you should call them and they'll help you out. I know they typically specialize in accidents, but at this point, I think they would be willing to help you out. They were a sponsor at one time, but I still believe in them. They're good guys.
Oh, yeah.
Bryant there, he was very easy to talk to and a really nice guy. So check them out, legalrideshare.com.
I think they're probably super busy right now, and there's going to be some fallout as well to both Uber and Lyft once all this is done, to try and figure out. I mean, but the other thing about this too, we got to remember, guys, this is all new for all of us, also Uber and Lyft. I mean, they're still trying to figure out how to deal with all this stuff as well. So it's tough. It's tough. And there's going to be, just like, I mean, I hate to bring up, you know, this thing, but for a long time, we all know that the puking situations they worked fine, right? And then all of a sudden we had puke fraud and you know, all the drivers starting to take an advantage of that situation, and Uber and Lyft had to come down on that one and change that. And now we know it's a pain in the neck to report when we have something like that. But that's because, you know, people started taking advantage of the situation and started taking advantage of that system and misusing that system. And so Uber and Lyft has to make sure that obviously that doesn't happen here. So
yeah, but
technically.
Go ahead, Pete.
I'm saying technically, I mean, if you're just being straight hardline about it, they don't have to do anything.
True.
Right. But they said they were going to. They said they were going to, right?
True.
And so that's what they have to do. They have to live up to what they're saying. If they don't want to do anything, then don't say it.
Right.
Right.
Just a quick on Facebook, Keem Wilson, welcome. I haven't seen him before. It looks like he does Lyft in Philly, but hasn't really done anything since the crisis started. He also does DoorDash. I know DoorDash has been blowing my phone up too, trying to get me to come out. You guys get it, man. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it good and get that money, and hopefully you get tipped a lot. But
I know Gabe's been
cleaning up. We're going to talk about that at the Gig Economy podcast next week. So check that out if you want to be a part of that.
I'm not going to bust him out.
And then
he's been cleaning up.
And going back to what we said about companies doing something, Jamie Lynn mentioned on Facebook that Flex have been giving them bottles of Perel. So
yeah, I know I had a conversation with a driver on Facebook here locally who said that he had gotten denied help through Uber after getting COVID-19, and I told him to go check out legal rideshare as well.
Well, the one thing that I'm kind of complaining about with Uber and Lyft is like how Pete struggled to get his car repaired. I mean, they're going to do whatever they can to get out of it until someone calls them on their shit. So, I mean, I don't quite believe the money thing until I get a check. And I guess that goes for the government too, and the stimulus check. So,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you don't. Yeah. Until I see it, I don't believe it.
Right.
But
all right, we're going to go ahead. Sorry. Yes, sir.
No, I was just going to finish it up anyways. You're right. So,
all right, next we're going to jump into kind of a gross video, and we've seen these delivery drivers do that, and we'll play the video, and then I'm a little out of sorts here. I'm still
while he's setting it up. I'll just for the people who don't have the video. So this girl is doing a delivery, and she walks up to the door and she sneezes into her arm like she should. But then she sticks her fingers in her mouth or by her nose and then rubs them onto the door handle.
Yeah.
Now more than ever, we rely
I know it's
on
only in the
home
left ear
delivery
for some reason.
food.
Sorry, guys.
So you can imagine this Monroe woman's shock when her Ring doorbell captured a DoorDash driver seemingly making fun of the health crisis, sneezing on her family's order and putting her fingers to her mouth before touching their doorbell.
I opened the app and I watched the feed and was completely shocked and literally dismayed at what I had seen.
Laura Greco says she feels the driver purposely exposed them to her saliva and says even worse, they didn't watch the video until after she and her son ate their food Monday night.
I watched it back a couple of times, and the more I watched it, the more angry I got.
The homebound mom says she called DoorDash, who told her the driver would be tested for COVID-19, but didn't say whether or not the woman would be fired. Either way, it's now little consolation for Greco, who lost her 72-year-old cousin Tuesday to the virus.
I can't stress enough that people really need to be careful out there, and this video is proof that the younger generation doesn't take it seriously.
A rep for DoorDash.
Not at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think the sneeze, actually, I don't think she did cover it the right way. You're kind of supposed to do it in the... I mean, she kind of like coughed at like right here. You're kind of supposed to like tuck it in like...
Yeah.
Like the count.
Yep.
And I don't think she did that, but it does. I mean, it's so disgusting. I mean, why would you even do that? And I think their food is probably okay. I mean, it was in a bag, hopefully.
Right.
But what a piece of
I think
This kind of goes back to that video that you guys played before of the guy who took a drink out of the
milkshake.
The milkshake.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I mean, that's I don't know. But why would you lick your fingers and then touch the doorbell?
Yeah.
It's gross.
But I think what they said at the end of the video kind of really touched base for me, and that is the fact that the young people, they just don't take it seriously at all.
No, they don't.
I mean, they go out, the social distancing, they don't take that serious at all, and yeah.
Look at the number of people who went to Florida
for
spring break in the last, week or two after being told, don't go anywhere. This is bad.
Well, I think the problem is that this virus, even if it hits them, they're not going to die from it, right? The chance of them dying from it is going to be so limited. But they forget that they are still going to be a carrier, and they can bring it on and give it to grandma and grandpa and kill them that way.
I think,
whatever. It's just,
I think it was Gabe shared a little meme that just kind of fits it perfectly. And it was about Betty White. I don't remember if you guys remember seeing that.
Yeah, I do. Basically, you don't want to be the one that kills Betty White. Something that was like the gist of it.
Right. You're not going to get sick. Maybe the person you give it to is not going to get sick, but then they might give it to Betty White, and then she might die.
Right. Which is true. Gabe said he'll be honest with you. As time goes by, younger people are doing no contact deliveries, and they're all in their houses. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I think probably you're delivering to, mid-20s. We're talking about, like under 21. I mean, some 21, but I feel, I don't know, that most of the people are like mid-20s that are ordering food. I don't know. Geez. It's weird. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, I actually did get some beer tonight. I went to the essential store of D. Schuler's in Granville, and there were like 3 kids in there, and they just walked right past me, and they were like getting sodas. I'm like, and they all 3 were together, and I'm like, can you at least not walk past me? Like, can we at least keep our distance in the beer store while I get my libations? Like, I don't know, kind of crappy, but.
So let's and so that's the next thing. So what do you guys do with your groceries when you bring it home?
So I've seen a lot of people saying they leave them outside for 3 days or they wipe them down. And my wife is a nurse, and you just need to wash your hands. We come in, she washes her hands when she gets in, she puts all the groceries away, and then she washes her hands. Like, that's what we do. I don't know what all y'all are doing.
I had a couple of people, 2, and they were both older couples, but they had me deliver their groceries into their garage, and there was already like a little pile of groceries from some other delivery, and it said, just leave them over there. Somebody told us we have to leave our stuff out in the garage for 3 days or something. And I'm like,
well, there was a doctor from Michigan State that did a video about it, and then everyone kind of got freaked out about it. I mean, I guess it's not going to hurt, but I think it might be a little extreme, maybe.
So, and it is extreme, but it is kind of we've done last 2 times we went out and shopped. We have actually done almost everything that he showed in that video, like get rid of all the extra packaging, try and do that whole thing about keeping, have the stale, non-stale side and unpack it out in the garage and kind of use stale wipes and everything. So, but it's weird.
It's weird. And I'm not going to shit on anyone that does that. If you guys do that, that's fine. I don't think it's necessary, but hey, everyone responds to stress and situations differently, and it doesn't mean it's wrong as long as you're not
as long as you're trying.
Yeah,
unlike some of these other people.
Yeah, as long as you're trying, as long as you're not doing scare tactics, posting things on Facebook. The problem is everyone clicks the share button, and do you really know if that's legit? Like, the media kind of, I know I hate to say it, it's not like it was back in the day. Alan on Facebook says
all I know is I haven't gotten my 5 Walmart gift cards for $100 yet, and I've shared that thing like 7 times, so I don't understand.
It's funny. About 2 months ago, I told my father and my mother-in-law, I'm like, listen, okay, we need to have a talk. Like, don't share any of those. When you get a text from Apple that says you've been compromised, don't go there. It's all like, it's legit. They're like, oh, you bought something. There's a problem with it. Like, did you buy anything on Apple? No. Then why did you click the link? Like, jeez.
You bought something now.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Here's a PSA. Talk to your elderly parents about not clicking on shit.
Right. All right. And then for this whole thing about the stimulus, don't,
that's another thing.
The last thing I heard is they're sending checks now, like fake checks to people saying it's from some bank, and the moment you cash it, they're gonna get your bank information.
Yeah, it's just don't do it. Just don't do it. In fact, if you're listening and you're a boomer like me, just talk to your kid. Like, my son's 23. I run everything past him. I'm like, hey, son, should I click on this? Is this legit? Just do that, okay? Just do it. All right. Next video. Okay, boomer. Next video is kind of disgusting. This is actually a rideshare video. I mean, shocker that we actually. Oh, Pete's freaking out. So, yeah, we're going to watch this, and then you guys can be grossed out.
I don't know if I saw it. Oh my gosh. Disgusting.
So, for the people that are listening, straight up cockroaches in this guy's car. And the funny part of it is the guy's like wearing a mask so he doesn't get COVID-19, but he's got cockroaches running around. And
he's got SARS from the cockroaches running around.
Oh, how does that even happen? I mean, the car. Go ahead, Pete.
I don't understand how you're in the car long enough to take a video. I see one cockroach in a car, I'm done.
Oh, and
Stop the car, I'm out.
It looked like he had food too.
Yeah.
In that bag, I'd be like, can you just drop me off right here?
Yeah, I'm good. I just realized I want to walk home.
I mean,
yeah, I'm going to walk.
I haven't lived in a city or an area, or I guess you can get them in Grand Rapids or in where we are, but I know they're not going to bite you or anything. It's not like bed bugs, but what could else be in there? Like, could there be bed bugs that you can't see, or lice or whatever? But my gosh, I mean, just wipe your car down once a day if you're a full-time driver. I mean, that's all, pick up your French fries that you drop.
I mean, man, that guy needs more than a wipe down of his car once a day.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to push that MRFer off the cliff.
Because you got to remember, when it comes to cockroaches, you see one, there's a dozen more you don't see.
I gotta tell you, we that was ridiculous. One time, so again, I'm from Denmark, right? So one time I was on vacation in Spain, and what they said there is, if you see a cockroach, do not kill it, because if you do, the family is gonna come for the funeral. That's what they said. So basically, is you just gotta kind of wipe it out of the way, because if you kill it, there's gonna be hundreds more.
Really?
And I kid you not, one morning we woke up and there was a dead cockroach in the pool. It was the size of my hand. Okay? It was disgusting.
Well, it probably swelled up from the water. They don't really come the size of your hand.
It was giant. Okay? It was giant.
Okay, boomer.
Maybe not the size of my hand, but it was big. It was, at the time I was a boomer. It's 20 years ago now. 25 years ago.
All right, we're going to quick jump in our last sponsor. It's Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. Jackie, call her at 269-569-6127, or you can email her, Jackie, at miafs.com. I keep screwing up that email when I post it because I'm a dummy.
Are you a boomer too?
I am no, technically none of us are boomers. So,
but Jackie can help you save money, so call her.
Yeah, please call her for your insurance needs, especially now. I mean, why wouldn't you want to save money? She is kind of like an insurance broker, so that you can, she can shop a bunch of them, and she saved me like $80 a month, which is a lot of money, especially if you're not working right now. So call her, 269-569-6127. That is her direct line, her cell phone, or you can email her, Jackie, at miafs.com.
Janet's taking off, so have a great night, Janet.
Yeah, Janet, I think it's like 2:30 in the afternoon there. Because she's what, from New Zealand?
She's in New Zealand, right? Yep.
Yeah, 2:30 or I think 9 o'clock is 2:30 for them. So
they're 18 hours ahead of us, I think. Yep.
Man, that's a long ways away.
Wonder what it's like living in the future.
You guys got coronavirus there?
But I'm bummed.
Actually, she did mention a little while ago, she said New Zealand's on whole country lockdown. Stay at home except for essential services, supermarket, pharmacy, doctor.
Kind of like us.
To work. No food delivery. No restaurants. No cafe.
Wow.
1 week down, 3 to go.
Yeah. Hopefully 3 to go.
Yeah, but yeah, she said possibility for an extension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Jesper's gonna kind of talk about this, which is kind of cool. This guy, the bearded Uber guy, he actually does have a podcast. I'm gonna throw it out because it's okay. It's just him, but that's it's good. He's a good gig economist, and this is kind of something I saw him post a while back.
So basically what he is saying, and you have to follow him in his early life community forum group, but basically he said we are all we got. So if you have been impacted by Corona, drop your Cash App name and let's support our fellow hustlers during this time. Anything helps. So again, it's pretty cool, right? But the idea is that if you need anything, push your Cash App in that group there, and then other people who have extra are that way encouraged to transfer a little bit of money to them using the Cash App. So I just think that's a really good initiative and a great way of us to helping each other. And yeah, actually
This
something
is-
we could do as well, right? I mean, in both in the Telegram group or in the Facebook group. So yeah.
This is a good idea, but you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Because you can just as easily get somebody's Cash App and request money from them. And if you're not paying attention, instead of receiving money, you'll send somebody money.
Yeah.
Right.
Double, triple check before you hit send or whatever. Because yeah, those apps are a little tricky. Like sometimes too, maybe it's Venmo, but one of them you have to put the period in, or the decimal, and one of them you don't. And sometimes if you put like $57, but without the decimal, it says 5,700. You're like, oh Jesus, no! Like, not that it would clear, but you still kind of go, whoa, what's going on here? So yeah, please pay attention to that. And I always worry people are going to take advantage of that too. Like, I really need the money, and they don't need the money, but I appreciate that.
Hey, I mean, with that situation, you don't treat it as a loan, right? Just give it away, and then at the same time, also give away what might come of it.
Right.
That actually happened to you, didn't it, Jesper? Didn't you have somebody that you helped out once, and you didn't expect them to pay you back, and then kind of out of the blue they did, right?
I think that was Sam.
Yeah, it was me. It was Sam. Yeah.
Sam, somebody went up north, didn't have any gas money, and she sent her like $10 or $15 or something, and like 6 months later, she paid it back. So that was pretty cool. But we actually did. We didn't do it this winter, but the first winter, it didn't go as successful as we would have liked, and maybe we'll circle back on that. Which I did forget to talk about the picnic, by the way. But not that.
It's still on.
It's still on. It's in August. If we're still in quarantine in August, I don't know. I'm going to be drunk 24 hours a day.
I tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to be 6 feet away from Jesper while he's cooking his meats. He's going to have to toss me a burger. That's what's going to have to happen.
Shit. We're all going to be like 800 pounds. I saw a meme of like, so who do I call for my 600-pound life when this is all over? Do they come pick me up, or do I got to send them an email, or what?
I tell you what, some of the memes that have been coming out of this.
I know. People are so creative. I mean, you got to
so good.
Some of them are terrible. Like, oh, that's kind of mean, but some of them are so funny. I'm just like, oh my gosh. So next up is Pete. This one is freaking crazy. So
this is great.
Go ahead, Pete.
This touches on something that I hate, first of all. But it's a screenshot of the president or the CEO of Uber. And
yeah, please pronounce his. Can you please pronounce his last name, Pete?
I
don't know. I'm just
Kosra. Nope.
Is that Polish or Russian?
His first name is Dara. I know that.
I feel like it's some Ukrainian company.
I think he's. Yeah, I should probably get my wife in here. She could probably pronounce it.
Yeah, she probably could.
Middle Eastern or something. Anyways, it says exclusive. Today, I wouldn't put my kids in an Uber because San Francisco is in a lockdown.
So there's several things wrong with that.
Several.
Go ahead.
First
Pete.
of all, I hope you wouldn't put your kids in an Uber because it's against your own damn policies.
He doesn't say it's unattended, though, now. Come on. He might be in the front seat.
Why don't you just move to San Francisco and be his buddy?
Yeah, no kidding. your Uber comfort buddy. Son of a bitch.
Second of all, he wouldn't put his own kids in an Uber, but he expects everybody else to get in the Uber. Get around in coronavirus.
Yeah, I mean, in his defense, and I'm not defending him, the media is a little shady, so they may have like twisted his words. But man, alive, why would you even come to say anything close to that? That seems super dangerous.
Yeah, that's one of those things where like you should have thought about that before you let the words come out of your mouth.
Yeah, totally. All right, the next one is I kind of added this late, but it's just this guy. I mean, if you're going to do this, why even go out in public? So we'll play it and then kind of talk about it.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody, another component, right?
Yeah, in her Ontario.
Thank you, sorry, thank you. Fuck off, wait.
What the fuck? So describe the people that are listening. A guy pulls up in the drive-thru. I think it's a Timmy Horse. Oh, Timmy Horse.
Yep.
Tim Hose.
What do you say, Timmy Hose? Timmy Horse. Jeez, that's terrible. And
Jason's still stuck on Boober.
Oh man, I'm gonna go watch that video after we're done here one more time. He getting a coffee and he's spraying it with some sort of Lysol sanitizer. I mean, saturating it.
I would say spraying is not even like the right word.
Yeah, I mean soaking it. And I actually didn't remember the last part of it, but he gets all the way done. It's probably 10, 15 seconds of him spraying it. And then he takes the lid off, throws it back into the drive-thru window at the gals working, and then dumps a little coffee out and then starts to drive off. Someone honked, and then he, swore at him. But I'm like, you're going to put your mouth in your hands. I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, if you're that paranoid about getting it, which I get it I have to shit on him. I know I said I wouldn't shit on people, but that's a little extreme. I mean, take the coffee, put it in your car, pull it to the side, sanitize your hands, maybe dump it in another cup or something. But if you're that obsessed with it, just make your own coffee at home. Timmy Ho's coffee isn't that good. I mean, it's okay.
Well, maybe he liked it.
You want to dispute that?
Timmy Ho's is some pretty decent coffee.
Really?
I like Timmy Ho's.
Compared to what? Like what?
Anything?
Like what's your second
the only
best?
Starbucks drink I ever drank is the vanilla sweet cream cold brew, or the Java chip, which isn't even coffee.
Yeah, I don't
like their coffee. I think Bigby's good.
Yes,
but
we drink Bigby.
Timmy Ho's.
Yeah, I mean, the guy was
my brother said it's illegal to throw anything through a drive-through window here in Michigan.
Really?
Yeah, he worked at Wendy's for a long time.
Boy, you both were in the food industry there.
At one point, me, my brother, and my sister all worked at Papa John's.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
That's where my wife was at Papa John's.
Yeah.
Family business.
Family business.
I'm just confused as to why you don't own at least one of those franchises, Pete.
Right.
I know, right?
You guys should all go in and buy one. So we're going to jump in the tip time. It's pretty simple, guys. Just please stop driving. Your health isn't worth it. I understand. And I'm not going to judge anyone that does drive if they absolutely need it. But man, I mean, anyways, if you are driving, you're kind of...
It's not worth it anyways right now because you're not making any money.
Exactly. Like, you shouldn't even be driving anyways. You should be doing food delivery. Like, at least...
There was one day when I was doing Instacart, and I had started out when I left the house, I turned Uber and Lyft on, and I turned Lyft off because I just didn't want to deal with Lyft. But I went and I shopped for an hour and a half. I think I did two Instacarts and forgot my Uber was even on till I got a ping.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's how slow it is. So yeah, I mean, why are you even doing it now? Like, it's not even worth it. Please just do food delivery. Just stay safe. Just be smart. This is serious. This is nothing. I mean, I don't want to sound too boomery, but I mean, I'm 44, I think. Yeah, 44. And
am I older than you are? Holy fuck!
I know you're older than me, Grandpa.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm older than you are.
Oh, it's just I've never seen anything like this. My dad's almost 70. He's never seen anything like this. So this is legit. It's not government overreach. People are dying left and right. And man, do you really want to be the one that gave coronavirus to Betty White? I mean, I'm going to be saying that from now on. I'm glad Pete brought that up. So. Fuck, man. Okay, we're gonna jump into social media shenanigans. I'm gonna skip what's on the rundown after the tip time. Let's see who's up first. Oh, looks like it's me. It's from Calv Daniel. I'm not sure what group this is in. Probably a national group. Says Uber denied me.
Oh, this is the guy that I was talking to.
Oh, really? Well, go ahead, Pete.
The local guy.
Take it.
I told him to get a hold of legal rideshare.
Okay. Yeah, it just basically says Uber denied me my financial assistance they are offering, even though I have a valid documentation that says I must self-isolate. So I hope we can file because Uber is not helping us at all. And again, guys, they need to follow through with it. And don't trust them that they're gonna. You need to follow up. You need to stay on their ass every single day because I mean, they're just not, it's not like it's General Motors or anything. I mean, they're going to try to get out of it. I feel like they're kind of, I hate to say it, even though we all have it, insurance companies, I feel like they try to get out of paying a claim. I mean, that's their number one job is to collect revenue and not pay claims. And I think that's what Uber's trying to do too. So please reach out to Legal Rideshare if you're having trouble.
And unfortunately, I think this is one of those situations that the people who yells the most and the highest are going to be paid attention to. So you just got to keep yelling.
Yeah. And Twitter's a great platform for that because it's like, how would you describe Twitter? I mean, everyone knows about it, but is it like you can kind of tag any company and anyone can see it, right? It's not like a private thing. And can they go and delete that? They can't, can they? If you did the tweet.
They can delete your tweet, no.
Yeah, so like if you did that on their Facebook page, they can go in there and moderate that and delete the comment. Like I know there's times where like on these advertisements and you go in there and you're like, oh, that shit got, you can see that at some point there was some comments there, but it got deleted. But yeah, tweet at them at Uber support or at Lyft support or whatever, and make sure to let them know that the shit ain't right and you want to get it fixed. What are you laughing at, Jesper? A little chuckle.
Well, Alan on Facebook said that you might want to wait to buy a restaurant. Unfortunately, there's going to be a fire sale soon.
That's so true. I feel so bad for the mom and pops. Like,
oh my gosh, yes,
man, support your mom and pops. I mean, even like a restaurant like Papa John's, even though it's it's corporate, but that store might be owned by one guy. Like, he may not have another store.
Right?
Is that right, Pete?
All the ones in West Michigan are all owned by a local guy who lives right here in Grand Rapids.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're affecting him. I mean, he's probably going to do okay, but I'm even talking about, you save up all your money like a Big B. I know, you can get a Big B for $100,000. Not that that's a lot of money, but you have to have like $100,000 worth of assets and you get a Big B. Can you imagine, that you losing that? Like, that's your baby. You spend 80 hours a week there making sure everything's great, and all of a sudden, and the Big B by us on Ivan Rest doesn't have a drive-through. They actually closed because they don't want anyone inside. So just support your mom and pops. Get some takeout, do that stuff. It's super important. Go ahead, Jesper.
No, I was just going to go to the next one.
Yeah,
so the
next one's
shenanigan. Was now would be a good time for Uber to allow people with trucks to just throw a couple of chairs in the back so that there's absolutely no contact. They can call it Uber Isolate. I thought that was kind of funny.
So Jesper looked at the rundown earlier today, and he actually commented. He's like, "Oh my God, Uber Isolate." I mean, at this point, it's probably the safer bet, than being stuck in a cab with somebody that has coronavirus.
Right.
Okay. The last one, Pete and I kind of debated. We kind of feel like we should have done this one first, and then we'll get out of here. But, man.
So this was a post
just a couple days ago.
Yeah, in our local group. It says, does anyone remember our bonus payouts for Uber? I believe we get these April 1st. And at first, when I saw the post, I was like, oh, it's an April Fool's. But then as the comments kept growing, there was like these people chiming in, oh, my cousin got his payments the last 2 years, and my cousin's friend's best friend, baby mama, got hers. And no, that only happened last year because Uber and Lyft went public. You got a payout depending on how many rides you took.
I mean, it was multiple people claiming it.
Yeah.
It was not just this guy. I'm like, I thought it was going crazy. Like, normally I try to stay like neutral and not be too snarky, but I'm like, no, sir, this is not true. If you did get this the last 4 years, if you don't show me a screenshot, you can eat a what and die, because you're full of shit. Like, he's like, how long you been driving? I said, I don't know, 4.5 years. I mean, I got my little bonus from Uber, the $100, but that's it.
I got nothing.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, that was a one-time thing, y'all. I mean, it is just from the stock sale. They wanted you to invest in the stock. Hopefully nobody did. But there's a guy in our group, Screwbird guy, I forget his name.
Oh, man.
He got $10K, so he got a shit ton of money from
That guy, he annoys me on one hand.
I know.
He cracks me up on the other, because it's like, dude's got like 10,000 plus rides or 20,000 or whatever.
Right.
But he just complains about Uber so much.
Well,
you know what? He deserves to. You take that many rides.
Wasn't he supposed to? I think he was supposed to move to San Francisco.
Yeah, he's super smart. But yeah, in one post it's just like, I want to strangle him, and the next one is like, this guy makes freaking sense. Please listen to him. So, it is what it is. We're all a little cuckoo bananas sometimes, but
particularly in these times.
Oh gosh, it's been so nice, guys, to be online. I've missed adult time. I was with my kids all day again today and yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before, and it's like, I love them to death, but man, God made certain people to be a stay-at-home parent, and I am not one of them. I just it's rough out there, y'all. So say a little prayer for the homeschool teacher. Oh, I did see a funny meme today. It said something about the Common Core math, and they're like, "Oh, this is homeschool. We ain't doing Common Core math here. We're gonna carry the one." I know. I try to do math with my kid. He's like, "That's not how we do it." I'm like, listen, bro, I don't know how to do Common Core math, so we're carrying the one when we're in Jason's house.
I tried to have my kid show me what that Common Core was all about, and I was like,
no idea.
This is literally more work than just.
I know.
Like,
I kind of feel all the teachers.
Why are we taking extra steps?
I kind of feel all the teachers hate it too, but they're like, oh, this is what we're implementing. And, it comes down from the state. And they're like, geez, this is bullshit.
I do. Every time I mention that word at home, people just don't like me because I hate Common Core. Okay. It's the most, anyways.
It's ridiculous.
It's almost like the metric system.
No, the metric system makes sense. Common Core does not make sense.
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. So, all right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it all. Hope we are a little enlightenment to the shittier times that are going right now, but we're going to make it. We are going to survive. We will be back in 2 weeks, and I think we'll still be in quarantine, but I'm hopeful the one after that we can all be together and And
please stay safe, guys.
Yes.
And make good logical decisions.
And if you have any questions about anything, please reach out to us. I'm not saying we know all the answer, but we will hustle to try to find the answer for you. I do like helping people if they do need help. So
because we're hustlers, baby.
We're hustlers, baby. Oh, why did my...
And we call ourselves experts.
Well, we're infotainment experts. So we talk about dick jokes and Boober eats.
And fart jokes.
And fart jokes. And we also tell you to go to legal rideshare.
Hey, before we say goodbye, we got to say hello to Dempsey from Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome aboard.
Welcome, Dempsey.
Nashville, Tennessee.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for...
I wonder if Dempsey knows the guitarist that drives around in Nashville. He has a guitar in his back seat and lets people...
Oh, is he a rideshare driver?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like
one of my passengers was telling me about it. I think it was one of my passengers.
They just let him, strum it a little bit in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, what a cool little thing. So, all right. Well, you just joined Dempsey. You can find the links to download the podcast in the description. Yep. But we'll see you in a couple weeks and stay safe.
Stay safe.